Okay, hi guys. Since some of you asked about some of the features, let's have a look at some of the models. I think I'll start by creating a chain. I'm running into input number 3 of my RME baby phase interface. So I put input block 3 on the canvas, and I'm running out of stereo 1, 2. You could choose anything. You could also have multiple in and out paths. I'm just doing a simple one yet. So yeah, we need a NAM player. We added. I can open a NAM profile. You can import from the NAM section itself, or you can go to the import section where you have all your imports categorized. So this is my NAM section. On top, then it's cap IRs, delay IRs. Again, shout out to Michael Nielsen. If you don't know his stuff, it's really cool to load like the lexicon circular delays into the convolution module. Yeah, and some reverb IRs. You can also import audio files. So if you want backing tracks or something, put it in there, and then you can use the audio player. Yeah, I'll show in a second. So okay, let's load a NAM profile. Let's go for clean Fender sound. And we can add a drive block in front. I'll just take something, set it to bypass, and connect the dots. And after the NAM player, we place a delay block. One or two guys were asking about the protocosm delay. It's inspired by the Yamaha Udi stomp, an old delay classic that Alan Holdsworth used to use, and I've included many of the original presets. So let's turn the delay off, and we should have sound. One thing to mention is in the settings menu, since you can choose so many inputs and outputs depending on your audio interface, the tuner on top, you have the meters and you have the tuner below. This is a stroke tuner. So if I tune down, you can see I always have information about if I'm in tune or not. But the tuner must know which input to listen to. Same goes for the meters, because you can have multiple outputs. What output do you want to meter all the time? You do this in the settings, so you can choose. The monitor pair is what sets the metering target, and tuner input, which is now set to input 3 because I'm running into number 3. This is important if you should be wondering why it doesn't show up. That's why. Maybe we quick run through the settings. You can set sample rate and buffer. I'm running at 48K and 64 frames buffer. Works for most stuff. If you have huge patches, maybe you have to up the frames. But one tip is to stay at 48K when running natively, because most NAM profiles are trained on this sample rate. I included the function to rate match the NAM module. This is something some of the NAM players do, others don't. But you have to know about it, because if your setting is running at a different sample rate, your NAM profiles can sound really strange. So with this option turned on, whatever comes into the name module will get reconverted to 48K, so the name module sees its native surrounding, so to say, and then on the output it recalculates back to whatever the session is running on. So this is kind of a safe way to make sure your name profiles will always sound correct. You can turn it off, then it won't recalculate, because in some settings this could cause a problem, because this reconversion creates like half a millisecond extra delay, or around about, I think, 26 to 27 frames that it needs for this extra conversion and converting it back again. So this creates a latency which is longer than when you run a parallel path besides the name module. So you could create some kind of phase cancellation. When running at 48K, this is no topic or no problem, because there's no recalculation, even when set to on. So at 48K you are playing safe, but yeah, just to know, depending on where you want to use it. Maybe more a topic when running it as a plugin in your project, like GarageBand or something, and this might be running on another sample rate, then definitely set this to on. Yeah, apply and reload audio. When you change something, just hit it. You can choose if it should keep running in the background when you leave the app, or if it should pause the audio processing. So you might want to go to YouTube and play with a track or something, leave it on keep running. If you want it to mute when you go to another app, set it to pause. You can choose the way of summing that happens when two signals or more arrive, like here on the output. We have right now two signals coming in, left, right. When we had another pair of signal coming in, it can be set to compensate for the levels that add up over time. So it sort of calculates how many inputs are arriving and then divides the output level, or the input levels, I should say, between the number of inputs, so it stays at a constant level. Sometimes this can be good, sometimes it's bad. For my purpose, I leave it to advanced, where it doesn't do that. So it acts as a normal, yeah, like real hardware. You add two signals, if they are in phase, they will rise in volume. So you have to look out for stuff like kill dry and whatnot, to not overload your signals. But you have the option to choose which way you like. You can create system backups, which will include the imported profiles, IRs, audio files, your saved engines you can build, even your looper sessions. So you can create a full backup, have it in iCloud or something, and if something goes wrong or you install it on another machine, you can import your full setup. Yeah, then pairing Bluetooth for controlling the performance page. And this is beta. This is also not tested for real, I should say. It mentions this here. I'm working on a function to push names of the pads on the performance page, sorry. So they appear on your Morningstar MIDI controller. I'm waiting on my for my controller to arrive so I can check it, but this is a function I'll try to build in, so you don't have to program all the names of your pads. But no guarantee yet that this will work, so it says beta, but the normal MIDI stuff works. What else do we have? Built-in menu. You can open the menu and everything is explained in detail. So if you should find any problems, check the menu or contact me. I'm happy to help. Yeah, and then all the acknowledgements, the open source licenses that were used, like the neural amp core and stuff like this. Okay, that's the settings menu. I hope this isn't getting too long. It's so hard for me to explain it in a short way, but guys were asking and I'm happy to help. Okay, let's go on. So now we have our basic clean sounds. Modules that are connected can be moved around. You can zoom in and out. If you happen to like lose track of what I was building, you always can click at the bottom left corner and it will recenter your preset. Okay, let's have a look at the protocosm delay. It's 8 voice delay. I hope you can see it on the screen. It's on now. Make it louder. There are presets. You can build like choruses. And what it does is it shows you each delay line. Right now we have like 3 on the left channel, 3 on the right channel. Each one has its own time, so you can pick which one you want to edit or turn them on and off. Like say this is delay line number 1, I just turned it off. I can turn it on again if I want to go to 2, same thing. And the parameters are now all controlling delay 2, so you can independently set the time, the level, panning. When I pan it, you can see it move on the display where it's set in the stereo image, and this is where they are placed in time. So if I raise the delay time, it moves back to up to 1.5 seconds. And yeah, you can see it visually. So you have 8 full delays you can place in space and time where you want, and you can see they are modulated right now, which is done here with rate and depth for each line individually. So let's have a look at line number 2, maybe move it more back. You can set the rate up. So yeah, this is now being modulated super fast. Set it down, we can make the depth bigger. Yeah, let's have a listen. So yeah, this is really being modulated now. And yeah, you can do this for 8 lines. So the short ones will create kind of chorus and flange effects. You can reverse the phase individually on each line. You can also make it play back and reverse. This is something the original UD delay didn't have, but I thought it might be cool. So let's see what we have here. Reverse phase delay. Being played back in reverse. Maybe up the mix so you can hear them. Yeah, so quite a powerful module. Okay, I'll just move through some of the modules. One thing that's cool, when I want to change a module, I don't have to delete it and then put it back. It was like this in one of the earlier versions, but it was annoying to have to reconnect everything. So what you can do is just tap and hold, and a menu pops up. You can swap the module, you can duplicate it, which I'll show you. Now we have two, and it's the duplicate is set on the same settings. So it, yeah, when you need multiple stuff, you can just like copy paste, including whatever settings the module was on. Let's remove it. Yeah, of course you can delete it, you can disconnect all, so it's free again. You can opt out of the menu, let's swap the module. So I click swap, and we can have a look at the rota delay. And you see now it changed the module, but it kept the connections. So it's an easy way to switch. Let's have a look at the rota delay. This is quite fun. It's yeah, a drum style delay, like a rotating disc. I forgot the name of the, I think the Binson, was it the Binson? Correct? Maybe I'm confused. I don't know if you can tell, but it's sort of animating. And if I go to the, I'll turn the mix up a little bit. This is in the output section here. So we have, and if I go to the motor section, you can stop the motor. And the animation also stops. And then it spins up again. And also here you have 8 tabs again. You have one that is set to be the record head, and the other ones are positioned in a ratio according to where your record head is set. So there are also factory presets you can check out. And similar to the protocosm delay, you can also set the panning and tone level, the position of the individual playback heads. And you could, for example, remote control the motor brake from the performance page. Maybe we can try to do this. So if I go to the performance page, you have a lot of, you have 16 pads on iPad. On iPhone you have 8, just because of space. So let's add a pad, take this one, tap and hold, and then you can set it to a function, a toggle, rota delay, choose parameter. There are a lot of parameters. This is hard to do in a video. If we set it to the speed, then you can choose on off, so we could choose a off speed and a on speed, or you can set it to whatever the current value is and what value you want to switch to. So let's try setting it totally off and 2x when on. You can choose a color. Let's choose yellow, save the pad, and now slows down and speeds up our motor of the delay. You can also always choose if these pads should keep staying on each bank, like they are fixed, or if they are programmed per bank. Irio is built like this, that each pad is then assigned to a MIDI command. So when you switch banks, you always, your knob on your MIDI controller will always switch whatever knob you assign to this pad. When you switch bank, another function can be in the pad, but it's still the same knob. This makes for quite an easy setup, I think. But yeah, if there are other wishes, let me know. But yeah, this is how it's working right now. Let's go back. Maybe delete our assignment. Clear assignment, then it's gone. Go back. This is the roto delay. Yeah, lots of stuff you can do. Bit similar to the protocosm with the 8 tabs. Swap module, what do we else have? We have the loom delay. This is quite special. You have 4 tabs. You have your time position, and you have your stereo image, similar to protocosm. Let's choose a preset. What this can do is also have a feedback loop where the delays are pitched. Just go through of them. Here they are being modulated again. And turn the mix up. Here they pitch down. So yeah, maybe more for sound design. I don't really know what to play through it right now. Then we do have the irio delay. This is kind of a more standard delay. You have a digital delay, then some tape emulation. What else do we have? Yeah, multi-taps or patterns or reverse delay. So this is maybe more like the multi-delay pedal on your pedal board with some different engines. My favorites are, I think I showed them in the other video. It's one's the dyna delay, that's based on the 2290 rack delay. And I think it really nails is the top end. It has this crisp digital sound, but still sounds fat. And it's super great for like chorus effects. And what you can do, like on the original, you have two modulation sections. You can modulate the delay time, and you can choose if it's a trigger, a sine wave, or if it's envelope controlled. So depending on how hard you play it, it modulates more. And you can modulate the panning of both the either the dry signal or the wet signal. So you can make your delays pan. Let's do this. It's set to wet, and we turn it on. Why don't I hear anything? I don't know. Let's go back. Okay, it was set to a super short delay time. It was a chorus, that's why. I turned panning on, set the depth full, and now the delays wander between left and right. I hope you can hear it. So like the Steve Lukather pan delays. But you can also set it to pan the dry signal and the wet stays. The wet is here and the dry signal is being panned. So when you up the speed, it's like a sort of stereo tremolo with your wet delays on top. I really like this one. And then the other favorite of mine is the old prime clock delay. This is more gritty sounding. You have in the input section you can up the input. Let's do this full. So the delays get saturated. And at the same time you can up the limiter so they get squashed again. And if you put this like a bit more moderate, you can also set them grainier. They sort of disappear in the background, so they don't really create kind of like a reverb type ambience. If I set it to be more crisp, then it's more like a delay, you know. And what's really cool in this one is the modulation. If you turn it up, you can see the delay times being modulated, and also the knobs will move. Let me show you with more. This is crazy hard modulation, but you can see now visually what's happening. And let me up the mix. Let's turn the rate down. If we go really slow, the depth is also dependent on how fast it's moving. So it can get really wide. VCO spread to on. This means that the one delay tab is modulated in the opposite direction. So when one is modulated up, the other goes down, and which can create maybe even more width. Yeah, you have delay levels individually. You can spread them, how much you want to pan the two delays. You can choose if the delays are in series or parallel. And I added a tone control, and you can choose if it's before the feedback loop or after the loop. So if they are too, you want to cut some highs, they disappear even more, or you can up the highs. This is a tilt EQ. Okay, that was the delays section. I hope this isn't getting too long, but you can just skip through it. What else do we have? We have the modulation section. In the first video I already showed the coma vibe. There's also an wah-wah. You can check this out in a second. There's the gyre mod. This is also included in the free version. You have four, think of it like 4 modulation pedals or engines in one unit. Same as in the other algorithms, you can turn them on or off. You have phase center. The center is where they are placed in time. This is 1 millisecond, this is 30, so setting it front gets into phasor territory. When you move it back, it's more, when you're around 20, you come into chorus territory because you don't have so much phase cancellation. So it can be like here it's a phasor flanger, and here it morphs into being a chorus. And you can offset the phase, so when you have two, they run against each other or in parallel. And you can set how wide they move in the stereo image. So yeah, lots of stuff you can do. You can, this was that control. Yeah, you can position them. That was the one I was looking for. So right now it's placed center. You can put this modulation over to the left or to the right. So crazy stuff you can do. Let's go through some presets. Chorus. It's more like 2 in between phase chorus sounds really spread apart. Hard to hear maybe in the video. Really great rotary sounds. Super fat chorus. You can also use this to build your tri-chorus. included in the free version. The free version has the name player. Since people ask the gyre mod, you have the let me show it, the morph drive. Maybe this is interesting too. This is like the kernel pedals do it. You can. I thought it would be cool not always to have to place some kind of drive in front of an amp when you just want to push it somehow. So it morphs through multiple drive circuits. It starts at the clean boost, then goes to a treble boost, to a clon style pedal with this low mid push, tube screamer. This is a tube, what's it's called blues driver style. Loud. And we have no reverb whatsoever, so let's add some reverb. Then goes into like SD9 territory, red, and the last one is like fuzz. And then you have tone controls and whatnot to sort of sculpt your drive pedal. I might say these algorithms are not as deeply true to the originals like on the single pedals, but they get in the ballpark, and for pushing a driven amp I think they work great. Yeah, this is also in the free version, so yeah, and also the irio Verb. So let me add what we just had, the gyre mod, place it in the chain. This would be in the free one, and you can patch it in whatever order you would like. They are though limited to one instance of each. In the pro version you can load as many gyre mods as your CPU will allow, and also to multiple outputs and inputs. In the free one it's like one chain, like most other name apps. But yeah, it has the high-end irio Verb on board. This might be one of my favorite modules of all. Works like you have 4 different kind of setups. It's all one algorithm, but it changes depending on what you choose, so it's kind of morphs between them. So you don't have cutouts when changing a reverb type. And then you have 4 pages of parameters. So you have decay, size, pre-delay, damping of high-end, kill dry, on off the mix. You have early reflections, late reflections, diffusion, density, bloom. This affects the tail, and width in stereo. And tone, you have low cut, high cut. You can warm it up, you can add air, or you can increase the low end. And then you have modulation. So yeah, and this you have for all 4 types. So 4 pages of parameters and lots of presets. guess there's still stuff to show. Let's take a delay. I'll put back the excuse my voice. The protocosm delay we had in the beginning. Maybe set it to some kind of maybe it's easier to show it with one of the others. Let's take the irio delay. Oh yeah, the irio delay is also in the free package. So you have reverb delay, everything. Okay, let's say we would like to modulate the delay time. Of course, I could go to motion and add modulation. It's subtle. Maybe we want it stronger. So what we could do is modulate the time. So let's add a modifier module. There are three types. There's the draw LFO, the envelope, and the normal LFO. I guess normal LFO is kind of clear. It's just it can be a sine wave, it can be a triangle wave, or a square wave, or a saw. You have rate, you have depth, and range. Range is to fine-tune it. Because it can be really aggressive on something like delay times. But yeah, let's not use this. Let's take the draw LFO. Let's first connect it. There's these, the LFOs have purple dots, and all modules that will accept being modified by LFOs also have a purple dot. So when I push the purple dot, they light up, same as when connecting modules, and I want to connect it to a delay. Then it shows all the parameters that can be assigned to be modulated. Let's take delay time, but maybe also the mix. You can choose many parameters if you want. Let's stay with these two, click assign, and now you see the what's it called? The markers on the knobs turn purple, and the knobs get animated. So now it's modulating our delay time really severely. So way too much. So let's put the depth down. Maybe the speed also. Thing is, this is the draw LFO. Its default setting is a sine wave, but I can just take my finger and then draw whatever I want, and so you can create custom modulation waveforms. And when we take a look at the delay, you can see like the knobs moving the way I draw the curve. This can of course be connected to more modules, or you can just add another one of the LFOs. It can also be set to, let's up the speed a bit, so yeah, we have this strange noise. And I can set it to be a trigger. You see this modifier also has a purple input. So when I take this, outputs of modules light up. So let's take the front input, and when my signal, there's a tiny white marker we can set with, that's the threshold. So when I play, nothing happens because our signal is really low. If I set the threshold down, so maybe like here, then it triggers our modulation. And yeah, you can imagine there are many possibilities. one more thing about modulation. Every target you assign lights up here. You can also just click add target and assign manually without using the cables. They will then automatically connect. So we see our morph drive or reverb and its parameters, the irio delay and its parameters. So you can see there's a lot of stuff that can be connected. And you could add something like the width, and then a third one shows up. These sliders are the amount of modulation that you sort of, you can dose it. How much do I want to affect the time? Maybe not as much, but I want, oh sorry, that was the mix. But I want the mix to be affected a lot, and maybe I want the width to be affected, but in the opposite direction. So yeah, you can go crazy with modulation, and I mean this is only one modulation block. You can add as many as you want. This preset right now is running at 13% DSP, so there is a lot of headroom. You can go up to like 95%. When it goes over 95, I built in a warning. It will pop up and turn off the audio engine and ask you to maybe remove a module or something, so it doesn't like blow up your speakers or something. Yeah, but up to 95% you are safe to build stuff. What have I forgotten? A lot, I guess. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, we can, I'll remove this modulation. Just tap and hold, remove, everything is back to normal. Let's have a look at the pitch shifting, because someone asked me. It's called irio shift. You will notice what it's based on. I love the old harmonizers. Right now it's set to detune. Let me bypass it. Maybe a bit stronger. Maybe up the wet 100%. My goal was not to make the super cleanest pitch shifting, because I like this gritty character that the harmonizer had. You can go into texture and you can set how much you want it to, and add some kind of analog feel. It's based on the Bucket Brigade algorithm. Then it gets a bit smoother again, so it's not so pronounced. It's hard to explain. You can, let's see, it's intelligent pitch shifting. You can choose diatonic or chromatic. So now it's set to C major scale. Let's up the mix. There is a glide parameter, especially when using diatonic pitch shifting. So it glides between the available intervals when I up it. It's hard to show. Kill dry. It sort of bends to the next right note. Let's hear some presets. This is a third and a fifth. You have 4 voices. Again, you can just choose the voice, and each voice, sorry, my English is not so good. You can set the pitch, detuning for each voice, add delays up to 1.2 seconds. So yeah, and add feedback to the delays. Maybe let's make it 600. I'm wondering why the feedback doesn't go on. I'll have to check. The main feedback is off. That's why you have a master feedback. So now each feedback pitches it further up. You have what we have here, octaves. So an octave below and an octave above. You have crystals. This is kind of like what I just showed. You can reverse. Each voice has a reverse switch, so it's like a reverse delay. And this gets you into like the Steve Vai kind of stuff. Yeah, sometimes they can get screechy. Octave below, whammy up. But the tracking is quite good. Yeah, and if you don't like how it sounds with grid, and also on the main page, the glide now, if you set it to off, and the tracking is sort of where you want the tracker positioned. If you are drop tuned, maybe set it lower so it tracks the low notes. But without the glide, the tracking is super fast. Yeah, and up to four voices. That's the pitch shifter. I forgot the synth module. Let's place this in front. It's sort of a sibling to the shifter because they use the same tracking algorithm. I'll turn off the NAM player because it would be too distorted, I think. We are still on 13%. Let's hear some presets. Fat lead. Oh, yeah, it's loud. Maybe set it up to track a bit better. So that's why they sound a bit funny right now. It's a 3 oscillator synth block. You choose the page you want to edit here. Now we are on the oscillators, and then you can choose which oscillator. So 1, 2, 3, and then a comment. You can choose the waveforms going from sine to triangle, saw, square, and pulse. Set the octave, detune each voice, and you have a level for each oscillator voice. Let's hear another preset. This is quite nice. So let's add the protocosm delay. And choose a lead preset. Or we try another preset. Play some stranger things. And yeah, lots of stuff. The synth can, as it's set up now, when it's connected to an audio input, it will react to audio signals and track them. You can also, if I disconnect, in the synth menu you have a midi in which you can connect. Now it responds to a midi controller, like a midi keyboard you can connect, and when this is connected you can set it to be polyphonic, up to 8 voices, monophonic 4 voices or 8 voices. So you can make a second path for a synth and play guitar on 1 and bass on number 3 and vocals on number 4. So yeah. Let's go back to guitar. This is more my world. I can show you one last thing, then I think we'll make a break. There are still lots of stuff I haven't shown. This is the cap loader. You can load 2 caps. Let me quickly show you. I'll just randomly choose, I don't know. And yeah, you see the waveforms. You can align them, you can switch the phase of the caps, you can pan them in the stereo image, you can mute one cap. You have a master, low and high cut. You can choose if it's 12 dB per octave or 24 for the low cut, and for the high cut it's default at 12, but you can set it to 6, so it's a little bit more subtle. You have an auto align function, so if you have maybe yeah, they seem to be aligned, all of them, but let's see if I move, let's say some IRs don't already start at the 0 millisecond point, then you can use auto trim, which would cut off in front of it and move it to the front, and if they are still not aligned, like now, you can set it to auto align, and it will put both at the same spot. And yeah, and then depending on the phase, maybe you want to turn one around, and you can choose the way of summing. This is the same thing as for the module summing I explained before in the menu, in the settings menu. If it sort of divides by 2, so it doesn't add up the levels when you have 2 IRs that are in phase, it would get quite a bit louder. This compensates for that. When you set it to 1+1, you will see the summing adds up. And when I now change the phase or move one in time, you can see how it will affect the main output level of the IRs. So if I flip the phase of one, it should get really, yeah, you can see it cancels out quite a lot. So this is a cool display to see if your IRs are in phase or not. Right now it doesn't cancel so much out because I'm panning one of them, but when I put this in the middle, you should see that it's canceling out quite a bit. So yeah, flip the phase and then they sum to a lot. If I put it on the other summing mode, it won't blow up, and you have output levels also. Yeah, this is the cap block. You also have a simple cap block that, yeah, does what you know. You load a cap, and it shows up in the waveform. Low cut, high cut. You can cut the length, although for caps maybe it doesn't matter that much. Now that we are talking about this stuff, in Reverb's convolution engine. So when I load like the circular delays from Michael Nielsen, you see the waveform, maybe because they eat quite a lot of DSP. This should be said. So if I put a convolution reverb into our chain, you can see this doubled the DSP right now because it's really long. It's 8 milliseconds long, this sample. Maybe you don't need it so much. Right now it's at 60% DSP, but if we shorten it to half, now we are down to 35. Maybe because not much is happening here, we want to shorten it there, and then you have this little green dot you can pull out, so it sort of fades it out in a natural way. So you can edit your IRs and yeah, set it to kill dry. Let me turn off the protocosm delay. And we need 2 inputs for this one. Now we have the circular delays from Michael Nielsen's sample pack. You can see it's still long. It's still at 2.7 seconds, but if we take the full length and don't shorten it, yeah, super long. And yeah, depending on your DSP, you can add more, of course. I wanted to show you one more thing, 2 more things. Bear with me. You can, yeah, just, if you can't take my mumbling, then just turn it off. I added a tools menu. You have a fader. This is a super simple block. It's just a fader for loudness, and you can pan the signal, but it can become in handy. You have a global tempo. This is important. When you place this on the canvas, all modules that have a time or a rate parameter can be assigned to accept the global tempo. When this is not placed, they can't. So yeah, now I placed it. If I go into my protocosm delay, I can choose my delay voice I want to affect, and then there's the time knob. Usually, of course, turning it sets the time. Holding down on the knob will reset it to its preset position. But when the and double tapping, sorry, will open a window to enter milliseconds, for example. But now, as the global time block is placed, tapping and holding has a new function, which opens a menu with subdivisions. So you can say I want this to be quarter notes, and it shows you below what that would be in milliseconds. So it's 500 milliseconds because we are at 120 now. So it sets, now it says quarter notes, and it's set to 500 milliseconds, and it's tracking our, I turn the other voices off so you can hear it. And let's add some feedback. Why is that? I'm on the wrong voice, sorry. Yeah, so we have quarter notes. If I tap and hold and set it to 8 notes, you get the idea. Then on our global tempo, I can just double tap and enter whatever tempo I will have. So if I set it to 60, our delay time has gone down. It should have, let's see. No, why didn't it? No, it did. It's at 500, it's 8 notes, so it's okay. Just sounded the same as before. I shouldn't have picked 60. Yeah, this one will also respond to incoming MIDI clock or the tempo from your DAW session. When you remove it, then the function tap and hold on your delay lines won't open the menu anymore. They will reset it back to normal behavior. Okay, that was global tempo. Then you have a looper. I'm afraid this video is getting way too long, but let's try this and turn off our delay. And the looper has 4 loops that can be played back, reverse, or at half speed. They have a volume and a pan knob. You can set them to be in sync or free, or tempo sync. You can, if you set it to tempo sync, you can add a count in and add a click on record, and you can set it to only do the click at the first record. So the click will turn off again. Let's try this. I go to the performance page, and when the looper is placed, there is a dedicated looper page. When you go one bank further, the top 8 pads will still be available. On the iPad, on the iPhone, they aren't visible because of space. But then you have the lower 8 pads which are controlling the looper. So let's record a loop by pressing on loop number 1, and it should give me a count in of 1 bar. Reverse loop number 1, I select it and set it to reverse. And yeah. So yeah, this is the looper. You can, when you go into the looper block, you can save your loop session, so it doesn't get deleted. This is also included in the system backup. so you can create loops you want to use in a performance. Yeah, and up to 4 loops, and they loop number 2 could also have been longer than the first one. It adapts then. What else do we have instead of the looper block? Or let's leave it so we have something. There's another tool which is a recorder that you can, for example, patch in like this. And when we start our looper, should it start? Actually, should. Maybe that's a bug. So now the loops are playing. You also see it here if I zoom in, and I can record. We have our record, which should play back when I say play. And I'm getting confused because I'm looking at 2 screens all the time, and I have to speak English, sorry. What you can do with your records is also save them, and you can share them. So maybe you had a, I don't know, cool jam session and you want to show your bandmates, then you can just share it as a audio file. Yeah, and records can be trimmed, so if there's stuff in front of, and so you don't want to share, then yeah, you can trim it. That was the the record module. In the last first video I showed you already the player, which is sort of the same, but you can load in tracks and jam to them. This can then also be controlled by the performance pad, so you have start, stop. And then you have some other tools like a metronome. You can place and patch to your output. Double tap pauses, and this has a speed trainer, so you can set a tempo it starts and a tempo that's your goal, and then how much for each round it should add up. You can set how many bars it should play, like at 100 BPM for 4 bars, then 110, blah blah blah. And you have tools like a scope. So if somewhere in your chain you want to see what's happening, let's put it like right at the front. Sorry, I connected the wrong input. And my signal is too low, that's why. Bad demonstration. Let's put it after our looper. And start the looper. The signal is too low. But you have a analyzer like in an EQ. You can see the levels and imaging. This is a bad demonstration now. I'll take a profile with more outputs. Now we should see something. So this is the imager, it's mono right now, but if we turn on the protocosm delay, that is stereo, then our imager shows and yeah, you can set it to also be a dB picture already. Just handy tools you can place anywhere where you want to keep track of something. And the last tool we have is the tuner. I mean, you have the tuner up here, you have a big tuner, I forgot to show you. You can set it to mute or not, set it to be a stroke tuner, or no, you can't, because it's both. That was the old version. Sorry. So you have both needle tuning and stroke tuning. And you have a small tuner that you can place on the canvas if you want. And this one you can set to be a stroke tuner or not. It's maybe easier to read when it's small. This is handy when you have like multiple signals, because the big tuner is assigned to one of the signals. This one you can just assign to whatever input you're using. So I don't know, maybe I will have forgotten like 1,000 things, but yeah, you have a more insight now. So thanks for, if you watched till this part, then my respect, and I'm sorry for mumbling so much, but yeah, hi guys.